Hey everyone, Hudson here, and got another Power Rangers Megaforce review for you today. These are the Ultra Morphin Power Rangers from the Power Rangers Megaforce toy line. There's the Ultra Morphin Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, and Black Ranger. So there's 3 of these figures in the toy line. And basically their little gimmick is they morph into Ultra Mode. So I will show you guys all of that stuff. Ultra Mode is, I guess, the big new thing that all the toys are kind of promoting for the fall. So real quick though, before we get to these, let's get to the boxes. So I'll move them out of the way and I'll show you the packaging. So here you have it, Ultra Morphin Red Ranger. So they're kind of in the open box style packaging. So you want to make sure if you're buying these that you don't get one that's kind of damaged because kids may be messing around with it. But you push a little button on the back and it morphs, and there's a little light as well, so it morphs in Ultra Mode. Each of these does come with one card. The card is packaged like right down here, kind of, on the back, and it was a big pain. As you can see, you kind of have to open it up here, and it's ripped at the bottom. It was a big pain to get the card out of there. So for the card collectors, that's going to be a bit annoying. But, you know, the cards are pretty neat looking. Here's an image of the Red Ranger in Ultra Mode, so you can see what that looks like. Back, it's the card game stuff. Card scanner app, just have your standard UPC stuff there. Yeah, nothing else too fancy there. Then on the back side, you have your Try Me, so the little button is accessible from the back that you can push and try him out, and it lights up, as you can see. Collect them all, so those are the other figures. The other boxes are all same kind of thing. Here's the Blue Ranger packaging, as you can see there. And the back shows the Blue Ranger there. And yep. And then we have the Black Ranger packaging here. So morphs and lights up. And there you go. Alright, on to the toys themselves. I'll do the cards at the end, so I'll show you guys those cards at the end. So we will take a look at all 3 of those later. But for right now, let's take a look at the Red Ranger one first. So they all do come with the same weapon here, which is the Ultra, well, I guess the Red Ranger's one is the Ultra Dragon Sword. Let's see up close what it looks like there, if it will let me. There we go, so up close. So pretty nice detail on it. I think it looks pretty cool. There's no paint on it, except it's just all in gold. So there's that. So not too bad, pretty cool looking. And all the other ones, like I'll take the one from the Black Ranger, they're all, it looks to be all the same one. So even though they all have different Zords there, they still, the actual weapon, yeah, same thing there. So they just have the same one on all of them, and this looks like the dragon for the Red Ranger. So yeah, so there's no holster or anything, like you can't stick it on the side there, but he can either, you know, hold it like this, or, you know, this way as a sword. But let's take a look at the actual figure itself first. So there's the helmet there, which is your standard design there. Looks pretty nice. These figures are a little oddly proportioned slightly, like the chest is a little bit bigger, just because it has to include that whole gimmick on there. Go say buckles there, and yeah, and the back has this big backpack, which basically is for the battery for the light. And there's the button that you push, so I'll show you that. So yeah, as is, it does look a little odd, just because this is supposed to be the Red Ranger in regular mode, but he wouldn't have these gold cuffs and stuff. So let me move him a little way here. So he wouldn't have these gold cuffs and all the gold up here. But you know, you gotta give and take, I guess, because this thing has to transform. So the idea is you push this button and this pops open. So I'm gonna push this from the back, and there you go. So it pops open like that. And when you hold down the button, there's also a red light in the middle there. So you just hold down the button and the light lights up. Yeah, and then if you want to close it up, you just kind of, the mouth folds in a little, so you just kind of push that in, then you hold those there and then close this which clicks into place. So sometimes you're able to, like when I was messing around with it, I'd accidentally push down on this, and it sometimes, if you push down on the bottom part of the buckle, it opens up, but it's not meant to do that. The way you're supposed to open it is with the button. And if you do it with a button, you get the lights as well, like that. So in terms of how this looks like this, it looks kind of odd, in my opinion, having this stuff just floating up like this. That's just a little weird. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. The actual chest part inside, the Zord part, is actually pretty neat. Unlike the actual weapon, where on the weapon, they were all the same Zord, the actual chest piece on the other Rangers I'll show you is a different one. It's the one it's supposed to be. So that's pretty nice. In terms of little comparisons here, let me compare this figure with some of the other ones. This Ultra Morphin line basically replaces from the fall line we had the Battle Morphin Red Ranger and the other figures. So the Battle Morphin ones are slightly shorter, but these are also kind of crouched down a little, whereas he's fully standing up. And these guys, their gimmick was, you have the control stick and you can fight like that. So you can check out my review of that. But basically, they had the Battle Morphin figures, and now they're done with those, so they're doing these Ultra Morphin figures. So these are kind of the line there. But in terms of, like, you'll see a lot of it is similar, like the helmet and everything. In fact, I wonder if they even use the same helmet. I don't know. Yeah, so you'll kind of see, now it's slightly different. You can kind of see on the chest there, the symbol up top, that's a little golder. It's not golder, more gold. That's probably more grammatically correct. But anyways, so there's that. And then comparison with the 4-inch figure, here's the metallic regular Red Ranger. So in terms of height, here's the Armored Might Megaforce Red Ranger. So this is taller, as you can see. And of course, whoops, the Deluxe Red Ranger doesn't even fit in the picture there. So the Deluxe one is pretty massive. But yeah, so there's that one. Let's take a look at... Oh, and actually real quick, if you did want to compare, I forgot to grab the Ultra Mode 4-inch figure, but when you push the button and it pops open, so that's what it's supposed to look like on the packaging there. So there's shoulder pads, but not these weird flaps that open like that. But you'll see the actual dragon is pretty accurate. Okay, so now let's oops, try to close this up. Yeah, let's take a look at the Blue Ranger here. So here's the Blue Ranger, and in terms of articulation for these figures, by the way, the arms rotate around 360 degrees. But that's it. No hand twisting, no moving apart, nothing like that. The helmet rotates about that much, but then the actual shoulder pad kind of hinders it there. So limited movement there. The legs do not move forward, back, around, anything. The boots do rotate around, though, including the gold part. That's all one piece. But that's it. Very limited articulation. So you really want to pose this thing, you can just move it up and down, and that's really it. Very limited articulation. But here's the Blue Ranger, as you can see. And then push the button, and Ultra Mode Morph. There you have it. So, the light is a little weird to me, because if I'm going to be holding it straight and doing this, you can't really even see the light. You have to, like, tilt it upwards. I know my iPad is right here, but, like, literally you'll see this is how I have to hold it to see the light. Like this. So it's not even flat. So if I was holding this straight and looking at it, you can't really even see the light that much. So the light is kind of weird to me. It's not that useful in a way. I don't know what the word is that I'm trying to say, but it's a little odd that you kind of have to hold it exactly straight to get that light, or not straight but slanted upwards. But that's the one there, and you'll see again this is different than that. So, and it has blue eyes on this one for the Blue Ranger, but different Zord there. So yeah, there's that one. And then we have the Black Ranger. Oh, and real quick, I'll show you. I have the Blue Ranger one there in case you wanted to compare. I'll close this up. So there's that one and the Blue Ranger. There was also a Robo Knight. There's no good comparison with the Robo Knight, but if you wanted to see him there too. And there's one for the Black Ranger, so there's that comparison. But yeah, so here's the Black Ranger figure. So pretty similar to all the other ones. Let's do a side view of this transformation. Ready, and so there you have it. So this one has red eyes there, his Zord, and does have that light in there. They all have the same red light in there. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for these figures. You know, honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of it. I mean, they're all right. There's just nothing that's special about them to me. I don't know. Like they're too bulky and very limited movement for my liking. They look a little awkward just in this mode, and especially in Ultra mode. I mean, I suppose the gimmick is fun. It reminds me of the flip head ones from when I was younger, but those were cooler because that was actually the Rangers helmets, and they flipped into the Rangers. This is just this and then the Ultra mode, so it's not as cool. And yeah, so I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of these. I actually prefer these Battle Morphin ones. In fact, I thought I would not like these, but these are actually just fun to mess around with. And see, he just knocked down the Black Ranger. These guys are the opposite in that I like the idea of something you press a button and it transforms, but they're just not as cool in execution. I don't know. It's a little weird. But yeah. Ultra mode, morph. And that didn't work. Yeah, so that's basically it for these guys. And they are a little awkward to stand too. Like if you move their legs apart like this, he really does not stand up. They're just too top heavy. You have to like twist his boot inward a little, and then he kind of stands. So they are a little picky with how they'll stand as well. So there's that. But now let's get to the cards, because that's the good stuff. You know, that's the reason I got these guys. Card collectors, you know, you gotta get all the toys to get all those cards. So here are the promo cards, basically. And so let's start with this one here. So this is the one that comes with the Red Ranger, promo card number 17. All of these cards are exclusive to these toys, so if you are a card collector, you gotta get these toys. So promo card 17. So let's hear what it plays in the Gosei Morpher. In honor of Ultra mode, I'll use something ultra special. The gold Gosei Morpher. So it says Megaforce Red Power Up. Okay. Then we have the Blue Ranger card. So this is promo card number 98. The artwork on these cards is pretty cool though. So at least we get some cool cards out of it. Alright, Megaforce Blue, power up. And then, promo card number 97, the Black Ultra Megaforce Ranger. Okay. So there you have it. It says Megaforce, whatever the color is, and power up. Now, let's take a look at the clips in the card scanner app. So, first up, Red Ranger time, promo card number 17. Alright, here we go. Pretty short clip there. Okay. Alright, Blue Ranger time, promo card number 98. Okay, cool. And last but not least, I already did that one. Where is it? There it is. Black Ranger card, promo card number 97. Alright, so there you have it. Those are those cards that come with the Ultra Morphin Figures. So there's the Blue Ranger, Black Ranger, and Red Ranger in Ultra Mode. These are exclusive to these toys, so go collect them. So yeah, that's about it for these guys, the Ultra Morphin Figures. If you guys have any questions or anything, post them in the comments below. I believe they were about, I think they were $14 at Target, maybe. I'm trying to remember. I got a bunch of things at once, so I'm mixing them all together. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think kids may get some fun out of it if they like stuff kind of transforming like that with the push of a button. The light is really just not even that great anyways, because, like, you know, you transform it like this, you can't even see it. You have to hold, I don't know. And it's just a little weird. There's no sounds or anything. If there were sounds too, I think that might be cooler. Some sort of transformation sound. I think that would have made it a bit nicer. For collectors, they just look a little too odd to really have on display. I don't know. There's nothing too great about them, I guess, in my opinion. But the cards are worth it for collectors, so definitely try and do that. Yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say these guys are alright. Nothing too special, but they're not too terrible either. So yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you later. Go, go, Megaforce!